Hello, this is Dave Apsley again, and I've got Tim McDermott to do a little quick piece on how to remove a tick if you've got one. So you get out of the woods, you come home, and you do the tick check like we told you before, and you find a tick that's embedded. What do you do? What do you recommend, Tim?
So when a tick attaches to a human, a livestock animal, or companion animal, what it does is several different things. Its mouth part is like a flat-bladed shovel with serrations on it, and that gets injected into the host. As a tick feeds, and they can feed for up to 7 to 10 days, they're going to get radically larger as they engorge with blood. And so having a removal process in place and knowing how to do this carefully and correctly is going to make sure that you can remove the tick without damaging yourself or any of your animals, and preserve that tick in a way that when you send it in for testing, they will be able to test it because it will be mostly intact. So because that tick is embedded in you, it's important that you don't just grab it by its backside and try to yank it out that way, or to use any of the old wives' tale removal things out there, like putting
Vaseline,
a cigarette, diesel
lighter,
fuel, any of those things. They are not effective. And in fact, if you were to burn or scorch that tick, it might contract and inject all of the nasty stuff into you, the same it would do if you just grab it by the backside. So what you want to do is you want to take some tweezers, usually something with a nice sharp point. There are a number of tick removal tools that are sold on the internet for fairly inexpensive, and these are a good option to have, and a lot of folks will buy them and keep them on their keychain so they have them with them at all time. You need to make sure that you're getting all the way down to the mouth parts, which are embedded in the skin, and a lot of times there's swelling around that host site that can make it difficult to do that. So by using your tweezers and coming in on the tick, you push down on the skin so that you can get all the way down to the mouth part, and with gentle pressure you're going to pull that tick up and try to remove it whole. Once you have your tick, it is important that you keep that tick. You don't have to put it in any special chemicals or fluids that way. Stick it in a Ziploc bag and seal it up tight, because the recommendation that I have for all of our clients is if you have had a tick embedded in you even for a short period, there is a chance that you have had some disease vector to you. There are companies now that if you send these ticks to them, and these are university laboratories, they can test these ticks for a number of the most common bacterial and viral diseases that ticks will transmit to people. It's fairly inexpensive. We're talking about Tick Report. Don't quote me on the cost. The last time I looked at it was $50 for a test, but for what you get and for the speed that you get that return to you, that will allow you to have some knowledge in terms of, was this tick infective in the first place? And then you can take that knowledge to your doctor so that you can develop that treatment protocol to try to make sure that you don't get any of the nasty and potentially devastating diseases that ticks will vector to people.
Okay, thanks, Tim. That's very useful. Ticks are serious business. The diseases they carry are just really scary. So let's take care of yourself and make sure you remove those ticks correctly.